What's up, DVU day 294. Having a good day today, man. Started off the day, had Old Testament, went pretty good, and then and by the way, today was the day where I wore the morph suit, the big bright orange one. So I probably should start off saying that. But excuse, whew, that was a burp on the DVU. Oh, that was the first. But anyway, wearing the morph suit, that was crazy today. Big bright orange. I had my orange pants on, as some of y'all might notice I've had already. That big bright orange hat right there. Orange shoes. It's about orange everything. And then the orange morph suit covering up my whole top half. So I didn't wear a shirt over the orange morph suit either. So I was a walking carrot basically. And anyway, I was walking around campus, walking to my first class at 9:15. I was walking around, I had breakfast with it on. And I actually didn't have breakfast with it on. I ate a snack here, but I was walking around school, and pretty much everybody I walked by gave a nice little stare, like, "Oh my gosh, what is that guy doing?" So anyway, I walked into my Old Testament class with all the whole head mask on and everything. Sat in the chair. Teacher was kind of jumpy, and then it was pretty funny. I kind of pulled the mask off. She's an Asian lady with a strong accent. She goes, "Hosanna, what are you doing?" And I was like, "Oh, I lost a 1 to 10 bet. I got to wear this the whole day." And she started cracking up laughing, so she got a kick out of it. It was pretty funny. And then walking back to my next class, I actually had a quiz and a lab assignment we were doing in the next one. So walk into that one, and it's pretty funny when you walk into that class. Usually it's kind of chatty. Everybody's kind of talking a little bit early before the class starts. And walk in there, and it's all softball, baseball, and like tennis and golf people in there for the most part. So it's a lot of athletes. And I walk in, and immediately everybody stops talking and just kind of stares at the guy who walked in who's all orange. And just like, "Oh my gosh, what is he doing?" So anyway, I kind of sat in the front, and the teacher was doing something in the book. She was writing down whatever, and she goes, just started smirking, and she goes, "How did it happen?" I was like, "Man, I lost a 1 to 10 bet." And she's like, "Oh, okay." So she got a kick out of it too. She thought it was pretty funny. And later on in the day on campus, I was walking around somewhere. I actually took it off after lunch. I was walking around. She's like, "No orange? You took it off?" I'm like, "Oh, yeah, I took it off." So it was pretty funny. Everybody's kind of getting a kick out of it. But I will not be taking any more of the crazy 1 to 10 bets, like wearing an orange morph suit around campus all day. So I'll go for the easy ones, though. You want me to chug a glass of chocolate milk? I'll do that. You want me to eat an ice cream cone with no hands? I ain't doing that one again. That one looked really weird. So, but anyway, it's all fun. I had a good time. Everybody was laughing, got a kick out of it. But so anyway, like I said, went to those two classes, had lunch. Lunch was good, and went to baseball practice afterwards. Baseball practice was a good day today, man. We did first off, Jason came. Jason's like this guy who's been working with us as far as our running technique and working on stuff like that. He's so with some organization called MVP, and he was assistant like trainer and whatever for the Diamondbacks. So he's a cool guy. But so he comes. I think he's supposed to come like Thursdays, but he came today. It's Tuesday, and did some work with us. It's pretty brutal because we just run the whole time, working on our running form and stuff. So there's no break, and that's kind of rough on me in the past, been with my coughing and stuff. And I found out today. They're gonna laugh at me, but these little cough drops, all right, they're meant to stop coughing. Well, I didn't know that Dayquil is meant to kind of loosen stuff up and make you want to kind of cough more, but it doesn't hurt, but it makes you want to cough more so you can get some of the stuff out. So genius here decided to mix cough drops and Dayquil throughout the day. So at practice, I'd have the Dayquil in me from earlier and be taking cough drops to stop coughing, when in reality the Dayquil is trying to make me cough more. So I was like, fighting each other. It wasn't really helping. So that was probably why I was coughing so much at practice. Well, I figured that out early today, so I took the Dayquil way earlier in the day, had let it do its 6-hour thing, and then at practice I was popping, cough drops like crazy, and I really didn't hardly cough at all at practice. So it really worked, and that might have been the reason why I've been coughing so much. Hopefully it'll start, going down a little bit. So genius here decided, hey, maybe I'll decide to start getting better. So it worked, and I really wasn't coughing at all at practice. Felt really good, and swing felt really good today, man. I learned some stuff new, and practice we did mostly hitting today at practice. A lot of tee work, soft toss, some hitting drills, and a little bit of front toss in the cage, and did some tracking too. We saw some live pitching, just tracking balls. So overall, I thought it was a really good day. Had a good time, and then after that, got cleaned up and went and got me some dinner. and had a good time, had with some friends, and then came back and finished my math. And I'm not even going into that because that stuff is a pain in the butt. But I got I think 2 assignments done, and then for some reason the dude he's got up there like, you know, you can do assignments, they're due like 4 more days in advance, but it didn't tell you that right away. So I'm starting to do all this stuff. I'm like, man, I haven't even learned any of this stuff, and I'm trying to do it. And I look at it later, and I'm like, oh, that's due Friday. That's not due tomorrow. So it's like, you know, he's going to teach about it tomorrow, then I'm going to have it due Friday. So another genius moment in my day. But anyway, I want to get to the verse of the day. Kind of been wanting to try and go to bed a little bit earlier, but it's like 12:30 already, 12:45, so that's not happening. So let me get to the verse and get it over with. Not that that's a bad thing. I'm trying to get it over with, as you can see. But anyway, so it's Psalms 62, verse number 1 and 2. And I'm going to get to that right now. But just to let you know, yes, I do have hat shelves. I used all the shelves on my shelves in my dorm for hats. I don't put any books up there, nothing. That's all my gear right there. That's all I need. Give me some hats and I'm good. I don't know why I blurted that out, but I figured y'all want to know why the hats are behind me as like they are at home. So anyway, but Psalm 62, verse 1 and 2, it says, "My soul finds rest in God alone. My salvation comes from Him. He alone is my rock and my salvation. He is my fortress. I will never be shaken." You know, some really cool, strong verses right there. It's a Psalm of David. It's talking about, you know, my soul finds rest in God alone. You know, and God is the only place we can turn to where our soul, our heart, you know, our body can find the peace and the rest we need, you know, to go through in life. You know, you have many people, the phrases, you know, oh, all the money in the world could buy you whatever you want, but it couldn't buy you the peace that you want in your life. And that's the peace of God. And that's the rest you get, you know, when your soul finds God and in Him alone. And then it continues saying, my salvation comes from Him. You know, the salvation we have inside of us, the gift of knowing, you know, that our soul is at rest and that we have peace in our hearts, you know, that only comes from Him. That salvation can only come from Him. And then the second verse says, He alone is my rock and my salvation. You know, again, reiterating the same point. And it says, He is my fortress, I will never be shaken. You know, it's an example there saying, like, you know, God is my fortress. You know, if you got a big castle surrounded by the moat, you know, it's really hard to get through to that castle. Well, God is our fortress. He's our impenetrable God who's protecting us, who's inside of us. You know, there's no breaking Him. There's no shooting cannonballs at His castle and knocking any of the walls down because He's not moving. You know, so it says He is our fortress. I will never be shaken. So in God, you know, we set our castles on top of His foundation, and you know, we're never going to be shaken. It says we may have some bumps in the road, you know, but it says I will never be shaken. So I really like that verse. In fact, some of that stuff is in songs, probably worship songs here and there. But really great stuff right there. So y'all hit that like, share, subscribe, double tap buttons as usual. Share the DVU because somebody else in the world needs to hear that DVU, and it's your responsibility to make sure you share that with them. Maybe sharing the DVU. You never know who you can reach because I'm reaching y'all right now, and I got some people following that I'm touching hopefully. So anyway, DVU day 294, getting close to 300. As a wrap, y'all have some sweet dreams. I'm gonna catch y'all tomorrow, Wednesday. Week's almost done, baby. Peace out. Get some sweet dreams. Night night.